On January the 2nd, a statement was posted in Arabic on a website which is regularly used by sympathisers of Al-Qaeda. Newsnight has been passed an English translation of the statement, which announces the creation of a new terrorist group. Headed "The Declaration of the Creation of Al-Qaeda Organisation in Britain," it states,
"In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, we bring to the nation the good news of the creation of Al-Qaeda Organisation in Britain, under the leadership of Brother Mujahid Sheikh Omar Rabia Al-Qawla."
Analysts say the name is a composite from known terrorists, including the former leader of Al-Qaeda in Iraq.
In many ways, these are the heroes and the idols of new adherents to the cause of Al-Qaeda. These are followers that are looking for inspiration, guidance from individuals that in the past had played a role in carrying out deadly acts of terrorism, using people like al-Zarqawi, who really brought the fear factor of terrorism into Iraq by brutally beheading people, filming it. He was also behind a number of attacks against Muslims in his home country of Jordan. Unfortunately, these are becoming heroes to potential terrorists, and that is, of course, very worrying and disturbing.
The statement goes on to make threats against the UK. It says,
"Our goals are to launch major attacks against the Crusader centres and interests, eliminate members of the political class, and on top of them, Brown and Blair, in accordance with the Quran verse, 'Fight ye, the chiefs of unfaith.'"
Omar Bakri Mohammed is the extremist cleric who radicalised generations of young British Muslims before he was expelled from the UK. He saw the web posting on Al-Ikhlas and says that if it receives an endorsement from senior Al-Qaeda figures, it could inspire people to join.
I think that will make them attractive, maybe, for many youth that they like to join them and maybe be part of them. At that time, I think become quite serious business.
The third aim of the group is of particular interest, a reference to an extremist philosophy.
"Our goals are to eliminate all those who stand in the face of the truthful Mujahideen and eliminate all those who aid the Crusaders against Muslims, as per the teachings of Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab in his book, The 10 Nullifiers of One's Islam."
It's part of a very rigid strand within fundamentalist Islam. The Takfiri ideology is about targeting any individual that is opposed to the interpretation of a particular group of people, and that includes Muslims. And that also then means that anybody that is opposed to the ideology that is being advocated by those radicals, they are a legitimate target.
Including Muslims.
And Muslims in particular.
The internet posting goes on to call for all Muslims in Britain to join us to prepare themselves for martyrdom operations, and urges Muslims in Europe to support us with the men, weapons, money until the British government withdraws its troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. Security sources have told Newsnight that analysts are investigating the posting and its authorship. It's being considered aspirational, more a call to arms than an immediate threat from an existing cell. So how credible is this message? It appears on a password-protected site which is frequently used for Al-Qaeda communications. Most of the Al-Ikhlas site is in Arabic, but if you go into the password-protected section and scroll down, there is something called the Al-Ikhlas English language section. And if you click on that, it takes you through to some English language web pages. Now, just scrolling down here, you can see there are various press notices, including the full transcript of a statement by Brother Adam Gadan. Now, Adam Gadan is Al-Qaeda's media spokesman. Further down here, we have translations of a speech by Sheikh Osama bin Laden, which is called "The Way to Frustrate the Conspiracies." When we clicked on the link to the posting today, we were denied access. But the choice of Al-Ikhlas for this message doesn't surprise private anti-terror organisations which monitor extremist sites.
It's starting to gain more membership and prominence when the big sites were when they stopped functioning. And then jihadists were looking for new sites to get to the information they were used to get, such as files about explosives, weapons, training, and all the other kind of information they were used to get from the big sites like Al-Hisba, Al-Ummah, Al-Muhajirun. Once those sites were down, jihadists needed to go to small websites like Al-Ikhlas, and then those sites became prominent in this way.
A former advisor to the Cabinet Office on Intelligence told us this posting could mean Al-Qaeda is turning up the heat, or it could reveal they're worried things are not going their way. He said it should be viewed as part of psychological warfare. There have been 17 million hits on the site.
Even if it in the end actually doesn't represent any kind of burgeoning organisation, let alone anything that's really fledged, it does represent a move in the propaganda game. And the propaganda game is something which we shouldn't ignore. I mean, this is in the end an ideological struggle. And this is just the sort of thing which is designed to motivate those who might be tempted to join.
The Home Office said it never comments on matters of national security, but the internet will feature in a conference this week on radicalisation and political violence, at which the Home Secretary will speak. Across in America, there is deep concern about extremism here, with the US Homeland Security Secretary warning today about Europe becoming a platform for terror.